comes out to judgment. They've stuck with him, and this is the chance now tonight, Richie, to pay him all back and pay for his family's future. It's all on the line here tonight, isn't it, for Ghana?
Absolutely, Paul. This is a real hard contest, to be honest, on paper. I mean, Jimenez is 14-0 himself and got one draw. He's fought for the European title before, undefeated. So yes, and he started well as Ghana, lovely left hook there. So he's come out of the blocks nice and quick as Ghana. Fantastic support. The atmosphere in here is really, really impressive, and that will definitely spur him on.
Just going to mention it since he comes out in the red and white trunks. Of course, the big dream for Ghana is an even bigger fight at St Mary's Stadium, the home ground of Southampton FC, where of course he was once an academy prospect as a footballer all that long ago. A very talented boxer. When he turned pro, we knew that right from the very start, and then the year started goal of that, trying to grab hold of this contest in every sense. Biggest career opportunity there will ever be for Ryan Garner tonight. He seems to understand the gravity of the moment. Salvador Jimenez is a very sound operator, certainly not intimidated by this exceptional home crowd on the south coast. I say home, Southampton en masse here in Bournemouth tonight. And maybe for one night only, the Bournemouth fans think, well, it's good for all of us if Ghana does win.
Yeah, absolutely. Good start to the round again from Ghana. Jimenez, I think he's struggling with the distance. Jimenez has got to get up closer to have any sort of chance of landing any shots. When it's at long range, Ghana's boxing really well. You know, his distance is very good, Ghana, and that's mainly because that jab of his, it's nice and sharp and crisp, and there's plenty of them, so he keeps assessing the distance between himself and Jimenez very well indeed, all because of that shot.
I asked Ghana, Richie, yesterday, well, what do you know about Jimenez? How much tape have you watched? How much have you tailored your game to what you will face tonight, given that Jimenez has a good solid career behind him? He said, we've decided not to do that. We've watched about 20 minutes, we know what he's good at, but most of all, the mindset we've got is, if I am on my A game, I'm going to be too much of a handful for it. That's how this fight has started.
Well, he started pretty quickly, Paul. I'm very impressed with Ryan Garner at this stage. And like I say, I thought Jimenez came out pretty confidently, but he's had that confidence literally knocked out of him. I think Garner's boxing really well. If anything, he wants to watch he doesn't go off too quickly here, because he's putting a lot of power in his punches, and he's fighting at a fast, quick tempo.
That has to be an issue, that he's going to put too much in too soon tonight. But against that, he's got to grab the early rounds to increase the pressure on Jimenez on the scoreboard as well as in the ring itself, and that is happening.
Again, Paul, I think Jimenez is trying to cope with the pace. That's a good shot.
He just can't keep Garner at bay, Jimenez. And he's stuck on that rope. Garner's not going to need a second invitation to rough him up. This, to me, is an element to Garner's second time. Garner 2.0, Richie. He's a much more rounded fighter, as well as being a more rounded individual.
Yeah, well, he's definitely up for this one, isn't he? Started the contest really positively, a lot of skill, another good round for him.
But now he's here and he's got to seize it, and I will say recent performances have been good, but I think he may have his hands full tonight against Jimenez.
He started well though, Paul, and that's a good right hand there from Garner. I think he's keeping Jimenez at bay with that jab and those straight shots, but now he's starting to actually get a little bit closer. And some of the right hands especially, he's put real power into that mid-range work with that right hand. But the jab, Jimenez has really had problems getting around. It's sort of stopping Jimenez from actually, there was an example there. He's about to attack or looks to come forward, and then he's stopped in his tracks with that single shot. So this has been a good, fast opening round for Ryan Garner.
Confident, on the verge of taking a risk or two here early on, Garner, to get control of this fight.
Oh, lovely shot there on the inside.
There's nobody better for me in Britain right now, Richard. actually in any weights division than on those angles. He is a poet at work in there at times, Garner.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a different side to him early on this big night. He's making sure he's letting the opponent know who the real boss is.
Yeah, he is, because I thought that Jimenez, as he came out, he looked fairly confident. But here, he's just been beaten to the punch time and again. And as the round has gone on, Garner has sort of upped the tempo here. This is real good stuff from Ryan Garner. What a positive start that is.
Significant test, and he was within an ace from winning this European title first time round, but Garner could not have produced better than the first 2 rounds tonight. Sharp, hurtful with some of his punches, building on the dazzling boxing shows he put on for us in 2024. Liam Dillon and Archie Sharp, he outskilled both of them, but what I like about Garner early on tonight, Rich, is that there is a championship edge to his work.
Yeah, he started really quickly, hasn't he? And any confidence that Jimenez had, it's been knocked out of him, I think, Paul. And remember, for Jimenez, this is his first contest outside of... so, yeah, that will be running through his mind, and that could affect his confidence. But, yes, it's a very good start indeed from Ryan Garner.
Garner's denying Jimenez to settle into his rhythm, the man from Valladolid. And he's trying to claim Garner now and slow it all down a little bit and maybe give a little bit of the rough stuff back to Garner. The referee from Finland, Anshi Paraki, just briefly intervening there, but they're both about their work again.
I think what's important, Paul, here is Garner, if he can keep this going, especially the speed, and it's the speed of the jab, that at this stage of the contest, Jimenez can't really cope with that speed, but he will naturally slow down, because all fighters do, because I think Jimenez is fairly dangerous with that right hand over the top, and if it's a slow jab, that will give him a chance to land that punch. But at the moment, it's all Garner, boxing really well at range, but it's the speed of that lead hand for me that's key.
You're right, Richie, it's the hands tonight which are doing the work. I've seen Garner going way back to when he first turned pro in the gym, and his footwork can be incredible. And although we're questioning whether he can keep up the pace upstairs, if you like, downstairs he's not had calls yet to get on the outside and take a round off. I think he could do that if he needed to. Yeah,
he probably will have to, Paul, because most 12-round boxers, they do take the odd round off here and there, because he's gone off at a terrific pace, but he sort of put his opponent in his place. Any confidence that he had at the start of this contest has been wiped out for me. And again, Garner is in control. Another good round up to now. Yeah, good stuff.
Relentless from Garner early on tonight. 3 completed.
Kept it going. We're coming up nearly to the halfway stage. He will naturally slow down though, Paul, because all boxers do, and that may just bring Jimenez into it. But like I say, how much stick will he have took up to that stage? How tough is he? Remember, we know he's undefeated, never boxed out of Spain, so this is a massive test for Jimenez, who's a mile behind at this stage.
An eye-catching show so far tonight from Ryan Garner, building on the form of the last 18 months or so. But I say again, there's an edge to his work tonight. He seems to be hitting through the target like never before.
Well, now he's trying to get into the head of Garner, just trying to... He's making fun of his shots there that are missing the target, and he's looking outside the ring, Jimenez, to say, well, where did that one go? But Garner just got to stick to his boxing. So the signs there that Jimenez is just trying different tactics now to maybe get into the head, make him lose his control. So it's important that he sticks to his boxing. Just outboxes this kid.
The vagaries of scoring, and if I may be so impertinent as to say, especially often in European title fights, there are unexpected twists and different interpretations. We have seen 1 or 2 scorecards over the years which have defied logic, quite honestly. But there's no mistaking who's the aggressor, who is the more determined. The only question is how far Garner is in front in the eyes of the judges to this stage, because if he is in front the way Carl Frampton sees it, for example, then Salvador Jimenez is pretty close already to needing a stoppage to get the result.
Garner boxing well there, Jimenez on the ropes, but he's not falling into the trap of actually getting too close to Jimenez. Boxing well at range, and Jimenez is trying to egg him on a little bit to say, well, come on then, come to me, but sensibly. And again, those are cracking shots. They really are at distance there from Ryan Garner, and this is sensible boxing, and he's got to keep it going.
I could be proven wildly wrong, Richie, but if it does slow, to me, that favours Garner even more, because that's his natural game as a boxer from the outside, dictating the tempo, not fighting at 120 mile an hour the way he did to establish authority and control. He's added that to his game for me.
Yeah, you may be right, Paul.
He's in here tonight. Don't chuck it away now. The gun shield is out.
You know what, Paul, there was sensible advice there from Wayne Batten. He said, don't give him nothing, don't get greedy. Clever, sensible coaching there. He knows his boxers won every round, but there's still one more to go. And he's not over the line yet. So that's sensible coaching there from Wayne Batten.
Has had a scoring session in a European Championship title fight tonight. However, Richie, even this late, it's not done until it's done.
No, it's not. And he'll throw the kitchen sink at him now, because his corner will say, look, you've got to knock this guy out, just go for it. But like I said before, if he's coming forward and Ryan Garner gets his timing right, it could be an easier job. Now the key is to hit and to move. Listen to the corner, don't get greedy, don't hold your feet for too long. Just hit him with single shots or the odd double and then move off again. Then he's home and dry. There you go, single shot and move. The odd 1-2. Just don't engage. You've got the win here. And it's been a terrific display. Up to now, anyway.
He ran out of ideas for me many rounds ago, Salvador Jimenez. Sheer willpower, not enough. Garner on point, all through. Building the points round by round, accurate and classy as we know he can be, but spiky, edgy, aggressive, assertive, the things that might elevate him yet in his career to the very top level.
That was lovely, Paul, there. 2 or 3 shots and then just dipped underneath, and there's that little roll you see, so he's still thinking of the defence. What an all-round performance it's been tonight from Ryan Garner. Lovely double left up there, body and head, and that hurt Jimenez.
Right at the start of this 12th round, he looked up at the board, and it seemed to resonate with him that it was the last round. Now he's into the very last few strides. And he's keeping his form to the very end of this. I don't think they'll hear the bell, but they may see Garner raising his arm in a moment. There you go. He thinks he's done it. We all think he's done it.
European Super Featherweight Champion, Ryan the Piranha Garner.
The sweet sound of success on the south coast for Southampton's own